The AI bill has come due. Annual budgets blown through in weeks, and now companies are facing a choice nobody has ever had to make before.
Say, hey, if we could optimize one thing, is it the number of employees that we have, or is it the AI spend per employee? Where humans are kind of like parameters, and the AI spend you give that human is kind of like the compute when you train a model. So it's a very interesting resource allocation problem that's emerging.
That we've seen this huge growth in investments in AI data centers, and that is kind of sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
Some of the biggest names in tech, including Elon Musk and Tim Cook, are warning about a global chip crisis in the making. Now, they say a shortage of memory chips is beginning to hammer profits, derail corporate plans, and inflate price tags on everything from laptop to cars, and the crunch is only about to get worse.
Because we don't necessarily know how it's going to impact those business models.
Across the board, you're seeing these prices to counter the cost of memory and the memory shortage.
Look, this again goes to the way that the AI trade is leading to inflation. As Stephanie was just saying, it is leading to real near-term inflation.
Surge. We've never seen a component price increase this much, this quickly.
What if the AI boom isn't just making AI companies richer? What if it's slowly making everything around us more expensive? Your next smartphone, your next laptop, your gaming PC, cloud storage, electricity, and eventually even the AI services you are using every day. Because behind the AI revolution is something most consumers never see. And right now, the biggest technology companies in the world are competing for the same limited pool of semiconductor capacity. The result, prices are rising. We often talk about AI as if it's software. You type a question, you get an answer. It feels almost free. But behind that simple interaction is an enormous physical infrastructure. AI needs GPUs, it needs high bandwidth memory, it needs networking equipment, it needs storage, it needs data centers, and it needs some massive amounts of electricity. The problem is that this infrastructure cannot be created instantly. A semiconductor factory can take years to build. A data center can take years to plan and construct and connect the power grid. For decades, memory chips generally became cheaper, more production, better technology, more competition, lower prices. But AI is changing that dynamic. Demand is growing so aggressively that the usual downward pressure on memory prices is being disrupted, and that creates a chain reaction. A bubble doesn't necessarily collapse because the technology stops working. It can collapse because the economics stop making sense. Imagine investors expecting enormous AI profits from 5 years from now, but then they discover AI infrastructure is incredibly expensive. Chips are expensive, electricity is expensive, competition is intense, AI services are becoming cheaper, and customers aren't willing to pay enough to cover the infrastructure bill. Suddenly, expectations change. Investors start cutting valuations, companies slow down capital spending, chip orders decline, data center projects get delayed, and the entire supply chain feels it. The AI revolution may be one of the most important technological transformations in history, but revolutions aren't free. Someone has to pay the chips, someone has to pay for the data centers, someone has to pay for the electricity, and someone has to pay for the entire infrastructure. And someone that cost reaching is the consumer. The real danger isn't that AI disappears. The danger is that AI race becomes a self reinforcing cycle of more demand, higher chip prices, higher infrastructure cost, higher consumer prices, lower affordability, and weaker demand. And if that cycle gets pushed too far, the same AI that boom created enormous wealth could eventually become the reason market starts questioning the entire AI investment story. Because at the end of the day, technology can change the world, but economics still have to work, and eventually, someone has to pay the bill.